Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And coming up in the news at noon, preparing for loss. Millions are scrambling as SNAP benefits are expected to end today. What people are saying. And later, when will cherry blossoms be in full bloom? We'll have a live report coming up on what you need to know. And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Taking a look outside on this beautiful Wednesday. The sun is shining. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, I hope this is a sign of the rest of the day.
Yeah, Mark. Hey, what a start to meteorological spring. We officially now are in the month of March, so we at least get to say that it's spring in that sense. The first day officially coming in a couple of weeks. But yeah, folks, what a day it's turning out to be. Those temperatures going up with the sunshine and also the southerly winds that are out there helping us do that as well, warming those temperatures up. Look at that, southerly winds right now in that 10 to 15 mile per hour range. The core of the breeziness, if you will, is back across the eastern panhandle into western Maryland and right up through the heart of northern Virginia as well. This is about the strongest the winds are going to get, though, here today, folks, so we don't have to worry about extremely blustery conditions. But there you have it. Again, there is plenty of warmth down to our south and then back across the Ohio River Valley, 60s and 70s through Pittsburgh, Charleston, and over toward Louisville as well. And we're going to see some of that warmth really fill in across the DMV, fighting against that chillier air that is stationed back across the northeast. But there you have it. Temperatures will be climbing today all the way into the upper 50s, low 60s, much like yesterday under a partly cloudy sky, so we can continue to enjoy this spectacular weather to start out. There it is, meteorological spring. And here's the difference, folks. We may basically have our meteorological seasons based on the temperatures, and it's easier to track stats that way as we go from March through May with the spring months. Meanwhile, astronomical spring, that is the official start coming on March the 20th this year, and that's based on the position of the planet with the sun, and that can vary a little bit year to year, so that's your difference there. Now the question is the start of this new month going to be a little bit more on the soggy side as we get into your Thursday? Your full forecast is coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. We're learning new details this afternoon into the Columbia Heights shooting yesterday. The D.C. police say an altercation occurred before they arrived on Good Hope Road. When they got to the scene, police located a man with a gun. Investigators say the man fired shots toward police. Two D.C. police returned fire. The man ran into a nearby alley where they say the man shot himself. Police were able to recover a gun. The officers have been placed on administrative leave. Well, grocery shopping will look a little different for people across the country starting today. That's because some SNAP benefits that started during the COVID-19 pandemic have now expired. The district is losing $14 million in federal funding each month. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has more on how this impacts the community and what you can do to help.
Well, people who rely on SNAP will lose about $100 in benefits every month. It's going to impact about 330,000 people in the DMV, and for many, it will mean buying and eating less fresh food. For the Capital Area Food Bank, that means more fresh produce will be needed to fill the gap that those in need will no longer be able to buy themselves.
In our area, if you're on a budget and you're trying to make a meal, believe it or not, you can do and make a meal for about $4, if you will. But with $93 less, that translates to 23 fewer meals a month.
The food bank CEO says they will spend the next month and a half gathering data on how many more people they are serving and exactly how the need changes. Regardless, she welcomes help from volunteers and people who can donate money. She says no matter how thrifty someone is when grocery shopping, without the extra benefits, people will be short 1 week's worth of meals every month.
We will be buying more food. There isn't suddenly more donated food, that's going to be available next month versus last month. So we'll be purchasing a lot more.
And if you need help getting food, the food bank has a tool on their website that will show you the closest location to where you live. In Washington, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Thank you, Lex. New today, it's been more than a year since a metro train partially derailed inside a tunnel. Now the transit agency announcing they're one step closer to finally fixing the issue. Now, we're talking about the 7000 series rail cars, which make up over 50% of Metro's fleet. It was the exact type of train that derailed back in October 2021. And you'll remember that derailment forced Metro to remove all of its 7,000 series cars from service. Now, a clearer path forward than what we've seen before. The NTSB, just one of the agencies investigating the derailment, released a technical report yesterday that sheds more light on what Metro needs to do to fix the issue that caused one of the wheel sets to fall off the track. Now, even though there still isn't an answer as to the root cause, the plan is to essentially refit the wheels on all 748 7000 series rail cars. Well, the mother of the man who was shot and killed by Fairfax County Police last week is speaking out. That shooting happened near Tyson's Corner Center. Police say 37-year-old Timothy Johnson ran into the woods after shoplifting from the mall. It's when officers opened fire, killing him. And she says that her only son was a father of two with big plans for his future. DC News Now's Yamarie Sese has more.
It was just stuck. I just couldn't understand what had happened. It just didn't make any sense, I guess, to me.
Michelle Johnson's life changed when police knocked at her door late Wednesday night.
Just couldn't believe that my son was gone.
Her son, 37-year-old Timothy Johnson, was shot and killed by Fairfax County Police near Tyson's Corner last week. He was known as Timmy to his family. He was a father, brother, and loved by a big family.
He was a creative at heart. You know, wanted to try rapping, design clothes, design tennis shoes. He was Timmy, you know, up till the day he took his last breath. Timmy, my baby, my firstborn, my only son.
Johnson says no crime should have led to her son dying.
How does something like shoplifting result in my son being shot and killed, almost hunted down in the woods like an animal? And that's the part I want answers to.
Police admitted Thursday night a search for a weapon at the scene turned up nothing.
There was no weapon found. Why do you feel the need to pull yours? There are policies in place that the officers shouldn't even run after a person that's committed a misdemeanor.
She wants the community, police, and the nation to move in a different direction.
And if there's anything wrong with policy, procedures, or policing, everybody should have grace, like admit the truth, let's take a step back, let's see what we can do.
And the fight for answers and justice is making it hard for this grieving mother to begin mourning.
It should not end in something that other ethnicities are afforded a privilege to walk away from.
Johnson and her lawyer want Fairfax County Police to be transparent.
Fairfax County Police Department, be integral. Chief Davis, be integral over this process so that we can begin to heal.
And breaking now, Virginia's Superintendent of Public Instruction has resigned. Jillian Ballows sent a letter to Governor Glenn Youngkin today. As to why she's stepping down remains unclear. She was appointed as the Commonwealth's 26th superintendent. Ballows' time was surrounded by controversy as the governor's administration revised the process of Virginia's K-12 standards for history and social science. Faced backlash over omissions, errors, and claims of whitewashing history. Her last day will be March 9th. Well, presidents of several D.C. area universities and colleges will bring together experts today to discuss solutions aimed at reducing gun violence. The meeting being called the 120 Initiative honors the 120 lives lost per day from gun violence. And it will be held at the National Building Museum, which is the current home of the Gun Violence Memorial Project. Well, developing now, the only Walmart in downtown D.C. will close its doors. The chain abruptly announced the decision today, citing underperforming of the H Street store. Now, the store is one of several closing across the country, but here at home, shoppers fear that it will have a big impact on their weekly shopping budgets. And our Mariel Corbone spoke to customers at the Northwest location who say the loss hits hard, leaving them with limited affordable options.
Shoppers at the H Street Walmart say they were shocked to see this sign posted on the store window Tuesday. The store shuttering its doors at the end of March.
Everybody comes right here to this Walmart.
S. Johnson says she shops here regularly. Not only is the location convenient, but she says Walmart is good on her budget.
It's a bargain place. It's called bargain shopping. And they do have value size stuff for families that Giant don't have, Safeway don't have, and you can get it right here.
For shopper Nicole Chance,
that will impact my pockets, my money. So
She says the price difference here is noticeable compared to other stores, so she fears losing it.
because it's cheaper, it is. It's cheaper than all the grocery stores.
She isn't wrong. According to the advocacy group Consumers Checkbook, Walmart is your best bet for saving money on groceries here in the D.C. area. A study by the agency puts costs at about 16% less than the average grocery store. Now, your next closest grocery store? At about a half a mile and 4-minute drive away is the Safeway, where the report puts the prices at about 32% higher than at Walmart.
You have to spend a lot more, a whole lot more.
The price gap has Tony Johnson worried about where he can shop affordably.
And I'm working, and I don't make that much money. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids, a wife.
This map shows 9 grocery stores within a mile distance of the H Street Walmart, all with varying price points. And though many say the store closing will hit their wallet hard, others say the loss goes beyond that.
This is not just a grocery store, it's a department store. That means you have clothes, you have food, you have furniture, you have electronics. Where else? What's the next? After this close, where's the next department store?
In Northwest D.C., I'm Ariel Carbone, D.C. News Now.
Well, planning for spring, D.C. officials are gathering right now to reveal when peak bloom will happen around the tidal basin. D.C. News Now's weather forecaster Brittany Ward joins us live with more. And Brittany, when can we expect to see peak bloom?
Yeah, Mark, it was definitely a celebration here across the entire district. As like you said, not too long ago, people gathered in those doors behind me to officially announce the peak season of those cherry blossoms. Now, it's no secret that this winter has been very mild. I mean, we've seen 80-degree weather to snow 48 hours ago, but across the tidal basin and even the National Harbor, we already started to see those trees begin to bloom, which leaves many of us wondering, when is the official peak season going to happen this year? Well, I have that answer for you guys right now. It is expected to be March 22nd through March 25th.